70s, he was coaching at West End as well.
That's correct. You're 100% right. Yeah, Dole, that's the same thing when I was going through. Dole was running the Green Waves. Humpty Tompkins was running East End. And then Archie and his dad, Jimmy Ray, were running West End. Exactly.
And then let's don't forget the Willie Green Tigers across the way. Jay Gardner came up through that program. And Harvey Summerhill, James White, Eric, Charles Summerhill, and Freeman, Joel Freeman. I tell you, without them, Keith, at that time, it was the only football in Tuscany.
Right.
Since they've started Tuscany Tigers, and it's a thriving program as well. But Willie Green did wonders for Jay coming up through there, learning to run that football, and especially James White took up a lot of time and he and Joel took up a lot of time with Jay.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, several years when I watched Willie Green play, they start running the wing tee down there a lot of times too, if I'm not mistaken. So they came and those guys knew the system, and they actually start putting the system in before they get to junior high.
We were playing soccer now out here at Sheffield. We drove by here as we're getting set to kick off the second half, but we drove by the stadium and Willie Green was playing, and Jay said, "Daddy, that's what I want to do."
Yeah.
So we quit soccer.
Too much running in soccer.
Yeah. 21-0 as we begin the third quarter of play. Caleb Henry with the approach. Short end-over-end kick near the 20-yard line will be fielded by Lawrence County, brought up the far sideline and tackled at the 29-yard line by Jamel Morris. Is the receiver Nolan Coffey, and the Red Devils will take over on their opening possession of the third quarter, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line after the spot.
Jimmy, I noticed as we start the second half, they're going to get Dylan Boston plenty of work in there at that middle linebacker tonight, and just give him, and they'll use some time this week, to coach him up and teach him anything that he's done wrong this week. But he looks like he's starting the second half.
At the middle linebacker spot is the junior Boston. They'll give to Terry, and he'll push the pile about 9 yards. Austin Terry near a Lawrence County first down. They just ran through the Tigers, and I don't believe we came out of the field house ready for big Austin Terry, as he has his 13th carry of the night for a hard-earned 45 yards.
Yeah, that looked more like he ran against us in the opening quarter last year. He came out with some intention right there, and he shot through there, was in our secondary before we knew who had the ball.
It's Ferguson, Thompson, May, and Mills. And this time Lou Allen going to keep it around the end, and good closing speed by Ryan Goodlow, but he'll have the first down as they had marked Terry just short. It was second and less than a yard, and Lou Allen will take it around the end for a first down at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Lawrence County just underway in the third quarter.
Ryan Goodlow doing a good job right there. When people start running the option, a lot of times each man has one person. Someone has the fullback, someone else has the quarterback, someone else has the pitch man. Luckily, that time Ryan Goodlow had the quarterback, because I didn't see who had the pitch man, so I was glad he didn't pitch it to him.
1st and 10, Lawrence County, split backfield, split receiver to either side. Lou Allen going to look to throw, rolling to his right, and throws it. He says he caught it along the Deshler sideline at the 46-yard line. So good throw and catch from Lou Allen to Coffey, and he gets a foot down right in front of the Deshler bench, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard pass play.
Yeah, can't cover him much better than that. He just stuck it in there. He just threw it, and he barely kept his foot in. The ball was probably actually on the line or almost out of bounds, but he did a good job of keeping his left foot in.
Lawrence County really competing out here tonight, folks, against these Deshler Tigers. I tell you what, putting forth a great effort. I formation for the Red Devils on 2nd and 4. They'll give to the fullback. He makes one miss and nearly two, and will take it near midfield before J.R. White finally grabs him and brings him down. First carry of the night for for Hyde, and he'll be near a first down. They'll mark him just short at about the 49.5-yard line. Be 3rd down and about 6 inches for Lawrence County.
Yeah, they started out this half the same way they started out the right first of eating up some clock, getting those first downs, taking a long time to send their play in. So they'll clip it down here under the 10-minute mark.
Here comes Norwood in as Boston goes out. Ferguson goes to middle linebacker. And we'll have a timeout called by Coach John Mothershed, trying to get some folks into the game, Tim Ballantyne, and just couldn't do it.
A little bit of confusion there, maybe what personnel were supposed to be in there, and had to call the timeout.
We'll take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog, back after this 30-second break.
To the action. Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back. After the early Tiger timeout, Matt Blazer comes in defensively in a 5-man front now for Deshler. Third down and just inches for Lawrence County near midfield. Opening possession of the third quarter, and Lou Allen will try to sneak it and has the ball taken away from him by Ryan Goodlow, and he's gone, folks. Ryan Goodlow comes out of the pile with a football and takes it 50 yards for the score on a quarterback sneak on 3rd and inches.
They just ran a quarterback sneak, but he got stood up in the line, and while he was standing there, Ryan Goodlow just jerks the ball out of his hands. Really a weird-looking play for me and you. We just look up, and he's running around the end.
Out of the pile, and
nobody's standing out there.
You just wonder, Tim Ballantyne, did you see him try to put the ball forward like they often do to try to get that first down yardage?
I couldn't tell. It looked, somebody came in and popped him. I don't know if the ball came out the end or walked in and took it away from him. I'm not sure.
So touchdown, Deshler Tigers. Ryan Goodlow with a 50-yard fumble recovery, or fumble snatch. And the Tigers race out to a 4-touchdown cushion here to begin the third quarter. Good snap, good hold, and Caleb Henry has it up and through. And early in the third, it's Deshler 28, Lawrence County nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog, back after this 30-second timeout.
Ringers go. Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
And Ryan Goodlow has surprised everyone, including us, as he comes out of the pile on a quarterback sneak for Lawrence County and takes it 50 yards for a touchdown. We're going to get Tim to hustle down there and see if he can find out from some of the players maybe what happened on that play, if the ball came out or he just took it.
He just took it out of his hands, Jimmy. Quarterback tried to spin, fighting for yards, and he just took it away from him.
So Caleb Henry, you can see these offensive guys too, Keith, like, oh, well, that's great, but now we got to sit over here a while longer. High, deep, end-over-end kick fielded at the 4-yard line, brought upfield on a penalty play now. Flags all over the place.
Golly, still throwing them.
There's 3, maybe 4 flags down around the 35-yard line as Micah Crump seems injured as he comes off on the kicking team.
27, Will Miner.
See if he's okay. Will Miner makes the stop for the Deshler Tigers, but there are hankies littering the field. 28-0, Deshler on top with 9:36 to go in the third quarter. And Lawrence County walking backwards. So we have a chop block against Lawrence County. And I believe everyone saw it but us.
Yeah,
it must be on Crunk, who's really banged up on the play, getting attended to by Ricky Bryant, the Deshler trainer. That'll mark the ball back inside the 15-yard line to the 11-yard line. So Lawrence County shooting themselves in the foot, and that's a dangerous play in high school football.
Yeah, I started to say, because, basically they know that you can't do that in high school football. So when you're running down on a kickoff, you're running as hard as you can go, expecting the guy to hit you, up in the face. You're expecting that leg. When somebody drops down around your knees.
The rule is within 3 yards, if you're lined up in the interior, you can chop block within 3 yards of the football, either direction, but only if you're lined up there to begin the play and not on the kickoff, as McPhee will take it around the left side for no gain, run out of bounds by Dylan Boston, and Ryan Goodlow, also J.R. White. What a game Mr. White is having in this third game of the year, as Deshler looking to go 2-1 and 2-0 in Region 8 play.
Yeah, we've got a long line of good linebackers that's come through here over the years. You know, just several, Harold Wisdom, several comes to mind, but JR fits that mold. Usually if that ball's going on the outside, he's coming full bore. 2nd and 10, 28-0 Tigers. Lou Allen going to roll out to his right, looking, and it complete to Coffee as White may have mistimed his jump, but I believe more than that, Keith, just a good throw and catch on that little down and out you were talking about the Deshler Tigers have used so often. It's good for 8 yards on the Deshler sideline. 3rd down and 2 yards to go for Lawrence County. Yeah, Coffee he looks to be about 6'3" or 6'4", and I believe he just, like you said, he just dropped it in just barely over his outstretched hands.
3rd and 2, ball at the 20-yard line. Here comes the blitz from J.D. Williams. Lou Allen rolling out, and he's got it complete on the left side. Same play to the opposite side of the field and move the chains. Another 8-yard gain up to the 28-yard line. It's Lou Allen to Coffee on that little down and out, folks, and the Tigers can't quite get there. And it's 1st and 10, Lawrence County. Good throw and catch on 3rd down.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's what will open up that middle when they give it to the big fullback in just a minute. He'll come shooting up. But he's got that pass down pat.
And Coffee, 6'3", 150-pounder, runs a good tight pattern out of that tight end spot. 1st and 10, split backfield, twin receivers to the left. They'll give to the fullback, nothing doing there. Stopped at about the 29-yard line, gain of 1 on the play. I believe it's Evan Ferguson and Rashad Thompson on the stop. 2nd down and 9.
Also a big hit there by Dylan Boston. He read that perfectly, came up and met him right in the line. Looks like you said about a 1 yard maybe gain.
2nd down and 9 for Lawrence County. Tigers on the road next week versus Rogers, and then on the road again in the mid-season classic up at C.T. Manley Stadium in Leeton, Alabama. Lou Allen going to roll out to his right, and he'll be sacked this time. It's Ferguson, and then Boston wrapping him up. 48-49, folks. Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah.
And they get it done for the Deshler Tigers as Dylan Boston records his first sack of his young Deshler career.
Yeah, Evan did a great job that time. You know, you can just tell he's just a natural at that defensive end. And he saw he was going to sprint out and throw the same pass. He sprinted out and made him turn up inside. When he did, there was Dylan Boston coming full speed.
3rd and 13, ball back inside the 25-yard line. Austin Sullivan in there for Deshler. Ballou, your free safety. Morris, only 3 defensive backs. And here comes Ryan Goodlow, but they'll get it away, and it is picked off by White this time at the 25. J.R. White will take it the distance. His touchdown interception return, 26 yards on the play, and they went to the well one too many times. J.R. White read it well. He'd been close on several occasions.
Yeah, he's been there about 3 times, and they've somehow just barely got it over him. And I think even he wanted him to throw it again. He's just been laying and waiting, and that time he got it. Had nothing but green grass in front of him, 26 yards.
So 2 defensive touchdowns to begin the 3rd quarter for the Deshler Tigers. And with 7 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in period 3, it's Deshler 34, Lawrence County nothing, and our offense is yet to come on the field, folks.
That's what I was fixing to say. They're over here getting mad.
Good snap, and a low kick hits the bar and will bounce backwards, so no good.
Roughing the kicker.
And we'll have a roughing the kicker penalty coming up against Lawrence County. Henry trotting off. He's a little bit banged up there, so a couple of pretty vicious licks by Lawrence County here in this 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
If you find yourself with
To the action. Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back to Howard Chapel Stadium. Jimmy Gardner along with Tim Ballantyne, Keith Coates, Dan Gardner, our statistician, bringing you Tiger Football for the 15th consecutive year right here on the Big Dog, your hometown radio station. And
3 of our touchdowns, 1 by punt return, 1 by fumble takeaway and run, and then the next one by pass interception. So 3 of our 5 touchdowns have been not necessarily from the offense.
Not special team, but 1 special team and 2 defensive touchdowns for the Tigers. And they race out to a 34-0 lead. And Caleb Henry, after the roughing the kicker penalty, is assessed on the kickoff. He'll get to kick it from the 45. And good to see Micah Crump, folks, trotting back out there to run down on the kickoff. He's one tough cookie as he was banged up on the chop block on the preceding kickoff by the Tigers. So Henry should be able to bang this one on in the end zone. And you wonder if they don't try to kick a pooch kick and try to bury him inside the 20.
Yeah, really close game. This would be a perfect time for an onside kick, because even if you didn't get it, they'd be down around the 30.
Henry signaling both sides of his kickoff team. On this left side, it's Norwood, Cole, Spann, Morris, and Floyd. And it is a short pooch kick. Will be fair caught at the 15-yard line. So a fair catch at the 15-yard line by Lawrence County. They'll mark him at the 17 and say his progress took him back to the 15. So 1st and 10, Red Devils at their own 17, trailing by 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, and the offense is over here telling the defense, just make them punt. Now we want to.
That's not been a guarantee you get it back since Ballou took that one 70.
You're right.
So make them punt it out of bounds.
Yeah,
that's what they want them to do.
The Anthony Summerhill going in to play some safety or cornerback.
Summerhill in at corner. He'll spell Jamel Morris. Austin Sullivan in there. Ryan Goodlow, J.D. Williams, Dylan Boston, J.R. White. And still that front 4 in there of May, Mills, Thompson, and Ferguson. Lou Allen pitched it out to McPhee, and just too much Tiger speed as Goodlow will run him down from behind, and he'll lose 2 back inside the 17-yard line near the 15. So it'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 12 yards to go for the Red Devils.
Yeah, too much east and west, Jimmy, there, not enough north and south. They're running wide, and he's running for a lot of yards, but he's running sideways instead of getting upfield.
34-7. Bob Jones over Florence in the 3rd quarter.
Former Deshler coach Kevin Rose coaching Bob Jones.
Happy homecoming for him, it looks like.
Yeah,
2nd down, 12, Lawrence County. Austin Sullivan single coverage out here. Twin receivers to the right for Lou Allen. Nothing going their way here in the 3rd quarter. It's Terry just buried by Rashad Thompson there. What a play by the interior defensive lineman, Rashad Thompson, for the Deshler Tigers. No gain as he got both legs and he held on and threw him backwards. 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, long play, and they probably won't throw the down and out right here. They'll try to go down the middle of the field right here.
And this is point in the game. If you are Lawrence County's coach, you're trying to build that program, and we've already bragged on them excessively that they're really a much improved team over last year, and had a couple of things go against them here early in the 3rd quarter that's gotten it out of reach. But now you have to kind of go into a mode of preserving of just a really embarrassing score as they'll fumble it on the exchange on 3rd and 12. Tigers say they have it.
Chris May,
they fumbled it on the exchange, and senior Chris May comes up with a fumble recovery. And it's 1st and 10 Deshler inside the 20-yard line of Lawrence County at the 16.
Yeah, it's like you were starting to say, it's a critical point for them to, where they don't want to step to the line that they go backwards right here. So they want to keep fighting, building. So, it gets to the point, though, it's demoralizing. It's hard when you're down 34-0 to just keep playing hard and hard.
Only halfway through the 3rd quarter. It's Gardner.
First offensive play.
Fullback, first offensive play for Deshler, and they'll give it to Bates around the left end on a holding play. Bates trying to scramble around, and he's losing yardage, backtracking. Coach Helms, Coach Mothership will not like that as he went left, then right, and kept retreating, and he's finally tackled way back at the 24-yard line. Yeah. So Lawrence County may elect just to take the play.
We lost 10, so they'd be better just decline it and still be 2nd and 20 instead of 1st and 20.
Here comes Ben Floyd into the ball game for the Deshler Tigers midway through the 3rd. They're discussing with the Red Devils. Hey, you just wonder if the officials at this point say you may want to think about taking the play.
Yeah.
Parker Wright comes over, speaks with Coach Jared Helms, offensive coordinator for the Tigers. He'll take the play back in the huddle. Chris May, Matt Blazer, Micah Crunk, Jason Zack, Ben Floyd, Ben Norwood. See that far tackle for the Tigers. Holding is declined, and it'll be second down and about 18 to go for Deshler back at the 23-yard line. 6:06 remaining in the third quarter. Jimmy Gardner, Keith Coates, Tim Ballantyne. Glad you settled in for another Friday night of high school football, Tiger style. And Kai Cole splits out to the right side. And in there at tackle for Deshler is Trey Rowell. Here comes Miner in motion. They'll give to Gardner. He's got a big hole. Jay Gardner plunging, just running over Red Devils to the 10-yard line. So he'll have about 16 on the carry.
Jimmy, did you get Stephen Abel in there at center?
Stephen Abel at center. So a heat timeout as Gardner just clobbered him up the middle of the field, and it'll be third down and very short for Deshler. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
Dedication, winning.
It's Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Third down and about 3 yards to go for the Deshler Tigers.
Tim, is Michael Crunk okay on the...
Well, he says he got his knees hurting somewhat. I think it's more of a precaution that they've got him out right now. Get Stephen a little work at center. So he says he's okay.
Stephen Abel in there at center. Trey Rowell is in there at tackle. Ben Norwood, the tight end. Double wing set right. Give it to Gardner over the right side. He's got a hold. Jay Gardner take it forward, close to a touchdown. Yes, Tiger touchdown. Jay Gardner from 10 yards out for the Deshler touchdown. So with 5:31 to go in the third quarter, Deshler ups its lead to 40-0 over Lawrence County.
Good blocking on that right side and a good run. He got through that initial wave right there, and all he had to do was beat the cornerback, and he just made an angle and dove in the end zone for at least a 10-yard run.
Looked like they're going for two here. They will line it up, try for two after the missed extra point at 34-0. And that Henry may be injured after that. A quick pitch at the Summerhill. He fumbles the football, tries to pick it up, can't get in. So no good on the two-point play, and that may be protecting the kicker, Keith, more than anything else after that roughing the kicker.
They've hit him 3 times. I've noticed 3 different times they've come through and hit him. I don't know if it's just, by accident or whatever. Like you said, they don't want to hurt his knee or something like that in a game where you're up like this.
5:31 to go in the third quarter. Deshler 40, Lawrence County nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Ringer's Garage.
Excitement in the air.
Let's get back to the game. It's Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back to Howard Chapel Stadium. 40-0 with 5:31 to go in the third. Caleb Henry set to kick off once again. He's been a busy man tonight for the Deshler Tigers.
Yeah, I was watching to see. He is limping a little bit, Jimmy, but I don't think it's nothing that's, like injured or anything, but he does have a little limp as he gets set to kick off.
Stephen Abel, Cody Dobbs in there on the kicking team for the Deshler Tigers. Also Aaron Howard. Good line drive, end-over-end kick, fumbled at the 8-yard line. Picked up by the Lawrence County Red Devils. They're bringing it upfield at the 20 and run out of bounds. It's Ben Floyd on the stop at the 25-yard line, so good coverage, Deshler Tigers. And let's see if we have some defensive changes yet for Coach John Mothershed's Tigers. Charles Jackson coming out on the field, saying he'll be at free safety. And I tell you what, Tim, he gets that cast off next week. You're going to see a different number 5 out on the field after this Friday night with Charles Jackson really chiming in to help defensively.
I'm scared to stick it in there now. Last week, he was in on a lot of plays with the
Tucker Norwood in there defensively for the Deshler Tigers as well. Kai Cole, as Lou Allen will give to Terry up front, nothing doing. Excuse me, that is Jaquay Garner. Jaquay Garner in there at cornerback. Trey Ilkin Mills, Norwood, Abels, Ferguson, J.R. White, J.D. Williams, Dylan Boston, and then you got Sullivan, Norwood, and Charles Jackson, Jaquay Garner. That's your defensive set for Deshler on 2nd and 10. 40-0. Tigers on top, under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I don't believe we ever took our heat break in the third quarter.
Yeah, we did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. They took it. I guess I didn't take it.
You're thinking about tomorrow.
My bad.
Man. 2nd down and 10 at the 25. 4-man front for Deshler. Lou Allen, quick pitch out to McPhee on a penalty play. He's racked up at the 27-yard line by a host of Tigers.
That's thrown in there right where they call holding, Jimmy, I guess.
Right in the interior of the line. Tigers most likely just take the play. It'll make it 3rd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Defensively, the Tigers just come out. Ryan Goodlow takes it from the quarterback at the midfield on a 3rd and 6 inches to go on a quarterback sneak. He comes out of the pile, a.k.a. Thomas Counts.
Yeah.
And hustles back. And Billy Weatherby and his family and company, they like Mr. Weatherby, I know, loved that play as the defense scores a touchdown, and they weren't through as J.R. White steps in front of a pass. He takes it the distance. And the offense never gets on the field, and the Tigers got 14 points. Chop block once again for Lawrence County, and this has got to be fairly scary for the coaching staff of the Deshler Tigers, as that's 2 chop blocks and a personal foul roughing the kicker call against Lawrence County.
Yeah, we don't need to get anybody, you know, the chop block, like you were saying, that's one of the dangerous ones when they go down around their knees, yeah.
2nd down, 25 to go. And we got a long way yet to go in this ball game, folks. Give to the fullback, and just nothing doing against that Tiger defense. Dylan Boston once again in there for the Deshler Tigers, and he raised his hand. Key says, hey, Coach, I believe I can play middle linebacker, and he's showing him that indeed he is a football player. We know about his 500-foot home runs already. One more baseball player, folks. 3A Player of the Year last year over at Sheffield High School, Dylan Boston. And the Tigers will benefit from him on this football team as the year wears on. 3rd down, 25. Lou Allen going to roll to his left. Launch it out there, has it complete to McPhee, and he's run out of bounds by J.D. Williams, and I don't have a late flag. No contact over on the far side as far as we could see. Tim just ran him out of bounds. Personal foul against the Tigers.
He may have gone out on his own, and then somebody hit him after he ran out. I don't know. I couldn't tell for sure.
3:18 to go in the third quarter, 40-0, and that may just be a let's just keep the game going.
Well, I was going to say he was trying to get his name called on the radio, but don't do it.
Yeah,
that's a no-no.
And let's see if that's going to be an automatic first down. It'll be 4th down, Lawrence County, after the mark-off. So 4th down and about 4, ball at the 33-yard line. Tim, you after this punt, we'll get you to explain the ruling when it becomes an automatic first down and when it remains the down in play. Ben Floyd deep for the Tigers, and folks, Ben Floyd, exciting young player for the Deshler Tigers. Good rush by Rowell, and he'll kick it straight to Floyd, and he's got a chance here. Ben Floyd breaks the tackle at the 30, and he'll have it out over the 40, the 42-yard line. Good return by the sophomore, Ben Floyd, and Deshler in good shape. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Look good catching the punch. You always want somebody back there that you just really feel like they had confidence the whole time. He looked like he knew he was going to catch that, and he was going to go when he got it. So good return, about 10 yards from Ben Floyd.
Justin Cantrell coming into the ball game, the freshman at quarterback, and he'll be leading the first-team offense, folks. So wise move here, I think, getting Justin Cantrell some snaps for that first team. Stephen Abel's in there at center giving a break to the injured Micah Trump. And they'll give to Summerhill around the left side, and D. Anthony will have a couple of yards out to the 43, maybe 44-yard line. Not much doing there. Good defensive pursuit by Lawrence County. And it's second down. We'll call it 9 to go. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. 40-0. Deshler on top. Cantrell. This is some invaluable experience, Keith.
Yeah, and he may be young, but he's not little by any means. I don't know how tall he is, but from here he looks a good 6'1", 6'2". I don't know.
Kai Cole split out to the left side, and he looks in command out there, folks. Summerhill in motion, give to Gardner over the right side, and he's hog-tied in the backfield. Nothing doing there. Breakdown there by the offensive line, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Deshler Tigers. 3rd and 10 at the 43-yard line with 2 minutes to go. Tigers up by 40.
And Jimmy, he looks a little bit and brings us to mind back of our outstanding quarterback for the last 3 years, Chase Blackburn.
He really does. Yeah,
he
has that look.
Wearing that number.
That right there tells you he got something in him just to be able to take that number on. You know, man, that's one more number to have to follow. Here we go on 3rd. We'll call 9 to go. Floyd in motion. Everybody up there, and Cantrell's going to fake it, launch it out there, and incomplete, overthrown, intended for Floyd. Under some pressure, Cantrell delivers it over the outstretched hands of Ben Floyd, and the Tigers will have to punt it away, leading 40-0 with 1:42 left in the third quarter. You had an update on a score, I believe. Colbert Heights 20, Lauderdale County nothing.
That's a little bit surprising, yeah, because like we said, Lauderdale County had played Brooks a tough game and then come back last week and beat Sheffield, who we know Sheffield's got a really good team this year. But like I said, I'm not surprised really that Colbert Heights has beaten them. I'm just sort of surprised that they're beating them that bad. But Colbert Heights must really have a good team.
Florence has closed the gap 34-19 and lining up to go for 2 right now. Here we are in the fourth quarter of that game. 4th down, Henry with a short kick. It will take a Tiger roll, and a good one. About a 12-yard Tiger roll down to the 26-yard line. So comes out with about a 28, 29-yard punt for senior kicker Caleb Henry. And with 1:30 seconds to go in the third quarter, Deshler 40, Lawrence County nothing. On 1st down and 10 at the 26, Lawrence County with a split backfield behind Lou Allen. Inside give to the tailback. That's his first carry, Kelso, and he'll have about 6 yards out to the 32-yard line, make it 2nd and 4, and some changes now, Keith, defensively for Deshler.
Yeah, Rod Winston's in there at the end, and also coming in is Grant Johnson coming in at tackle on the far side.
Cody Dobbs at that other far defensive end. And Lou Allen going to pitch it out to Kelso. And, great play that time. And I believe that's Floyd flying around the football field, folks, is Floyd. And he'll lasso Kelso for a 1-yard gain, make it 3rd down and 3 now. As checking into the ball game, Aaron Howard for Deshler. Charles Jackson in there. Floyd will come out. Great play, Ben Floyd. Jaquay Garner and Sullivan are your cornerbacks. Kai Cole, Charles Jackson, your safeties. And then Trey Rowell, Howard, J.D. Williams, your linebackers. And then it's Winston, Abels, Johnson, and Dobbs. 3rd down 3, Lawrence County. Lou Allen going to look to throw. Looking out for Coffee. And did he catch it? Yes. Good diving catch. in front of Charles Jackson, who had read it and just couldn't get there in time. So Coffee, another good catch from John Lou Allen, and it's 1st and 10. Lawrence County at their own 36-yard line, 40-0 at the end of 3 quarters of play. You're listening to Tiger football on the Big Dog, back after the 60-second timeout. 1st and 10, ball at the 36 for the Red Devils, trailing by 40 to the Tigers. Pitch out to the left side, Charles Jackson, and then helped out by Seth Daniels. A gain of maybe 2 out to the 38-yard line. Good pursuit, Charles Jackson, Seth Daniels, and they'll run the Red Devil tailback, Jonathan Gillespie, a senior, out of bounds along the Deshler sideline. It'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 8 to go.
Yeah, Charles Jackson shows a lot of speed, from his safety position, and like I said, it's difficult to play with that cast on and get your balance and everything. Hopefully we'll get that off next week.
Yeah.
He'll, like you said, really contribute on the defense.
He'll be a different player out there, I promise. Boy, Trey Rowell, I tell you, great kid, looks good in that middle linebacker spot for the Tigers here in the 4th quarter. New quarterback in for Lawrence County, scrambling around, running for his life, chased by Abels, is quarterback Reagan Carpenter, just a sophomore, and he'll take it for about 7 yards out to the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go, and I couldn't see who made the stop.
I was trying to watch. I was looking downfield to see who he was looking for. We had him covered deep down there, and he did a good job. Looked like we had him hemmed in for no gain, and he just did a good job of turning it up. Yeah, he did.
3rd down 3 now. Just underway here in the 4th. Quick pitch to the tailback, that's Kelso. He'll turn it up, and he'll have the 1st down for the Red Devils, have about 4 yards when he needed 3, and Aaron Howard makes the stop for the Deshler Tigers. Good hard hit for Aaron Howard coming up there, just a sophomore.
Yeah, a lot of young guys getting in the game, Jimmy. A lot of guys gaining a lot of experience and also helping the coaches, like you said, in Trey Rowell in the middle linebacker and Jackson. Some of the other guys really building some depth. Sullivan's been playing a lot even in the first half.
1st and 10 now, Lawrence County. Carpenter rolls out to his right. He tries it across the middle of the field, and Charles Jackson knocks it away from the intended receiver, Coffee, and that'll stop the clock with 10:40 to go in the ball game. Lawrence County facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
Rod Winston he's just a sophomore, giving a lot of pressure off that end, making the quarterback change his direction of where he's wanting to go. He's really coming in hard off the end.
Kai Cole checking in the ball game. Also at defensive end for Winston is Tevin Hampton. So good to see Hampton in there. And this is what makes Coach John Mothershed's team successful, Keith, is he's coaching all the time here in this 4th quarter of a 40-0 win, as Winston's getting instruction on the sideline right now. Inside give to the tailback, and he'll have about 7 yards inside Tiger territory. Goes Lawrence County before Charles Jackson makes the stop, along with Grant Johnson for the Deshler Tigers. So good stop, Johnson and Jackson. It'll be 3rd down and 3 again for Lawrence County with 10 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, Charles Jackson really has a nose for the football, doesn't he? Seems like if they go around the end, he's over there. If they throw a pass, he's diving, trying to break it up.
They gave it in the red and white game in the spring. He got the ball on the buck on the first play of the game and ran about 70 yards. So he is quite a player, and he gets that cast off. You'll see a different Charles Jackson. Give to the fullback. He bulls his way inside the 41-yard line before he's stopped by Trey Rowell and company, and it'll move the chains once again. 1st and 10, Lawrence County. And I don't think this is upsetting really either coach. Keeping that drive going, Keith, and playing good defense. But
not giving up any big runs. Right. Yeah, giving up 4 or 5 yards at a time. Like you said, good defensive work. I'm sure in a minute if we can hold them, some of our younger guys like to get in there on offense, get some offensive work in the same way.
1st and 10, Lawrence County at the Deshler 41-yard line. Carpenter going to roll out, and he's brought down Stephen Abels with his second sack of the night. And a good job by Grant Johnson hustling out there to turn him in, and Stephen Abels gathered him up from behind. And that may be it for Stephen Abels. Yes, it is. He's one of those second teamers that's he's getting a little asterisk by his name.
Yeah, he's getting more and more playing time earlier in the game. You notice, you remember last year we'd call him off, late in the game, and now he's starting to get in, not the whole time in the first half, but he's playing a whole lot more in the first half.
Clay Heights, let's see. Taylor Posey in the game at defensive tackle for the Tigers. And it's Charles Jackson on the stop after a 2-yard gain. Ball at the 44 of the Tigers after that sack, and it's 3rd down, 14 now, Lawrence County, 40-0. Tigers on top of Lawrence County on the road the next 2 weeks versus the Rogers Pirates, and then the midseason classic 2 Friday nights from now versus Colbert County and Key the Wounded Indian.
Yeah, and I heard they had a 6-0 lead on West Morgan. I hadn't heard an update since then, but
better watch, because they will play their best game of the year versus Deshler. Supposed to be a little down this year, but don't count on it, folks. And incomplete, intended out here on the Deshler sideline for McPhee, and well covered by Kai Cole and Jaquay Garner. So Lawrence County will have to punt it away, facing 4th down and 14 from the Tiger 45-yard line. Colbert Heights 27, Lauderdale County 7. So really pretty good surprise from up on the mountain tonight. I think most folks expected a little closer game. Lawrence County going for it on 4th down. And they're going to launch it deep. Got a man down there. It's Coffee and batted away, but we'll have a interference call on Sullivan, but good coverage down there by Austin Sullivan. And that'll give Lawrence County a 1st down inside the Tiger 30-yard line. So 7:51 to go here at Howard Chapel Stadium. Deshler on top, 40-0. Florence making a run at Bob Jones, trailing 34-19. And then Colbert Heights way up on top of Lauderdale County, 27-7. 1st and 10. Now Lawrence County inside the Tiger 30. They'll give to the fullback. Grant Johnson, Aaron Howard there to wrestle him to the ground. May have been a fumble on the play. Tigers say they have it. Let's wait and see. Tigers coming out of the pile saying they have the football, and they do. And I believe Aaron Howard comes up with the football. Taylor Posey also in there on the stop for Deshler. And now we have some wholesale changes offensively for the Tigers. Abels trots back out. He'll center. Then we've got Taylor Gross, Dylan Boston in there, tight end for Deshler. Also, we'll get the other change. Rod Winston in there, tackle. Will Miner, as Cantor going to look to throw, he'll launch it out there, has it complete to Will Miner, and he'll take it out to the 35-yard line, maybe 37-yard line, and be close to a Tiger 1st down. But Kai Cole, also Tucker Norwood checking in the ball game. Thomas Freeman in there at tight end for the Tigers. So Freeman just a junior. Good to see him with some action. And Will Davis, the freshman, in there at guard for Deshler. Ben Floyd, your tight end, and Rowell, your other tackle, as they'll give to Miner over the left side. And he's still running hard. He'll have about a 3-yard gain out to the 41-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 7. So your Deshler 11, Davis, Gross at the guards, Abels at the center, Winston and Rowell at the tackles, Floyd at the tight end, Austin Sullivan, your wide receiver, and Will Miner, Tucker Norwood, and Freeman at tailback. And Cantrell fake it, looking to throw, and he's got it in and out of the hands of Miner on the left side. Good pass that time by Justin Cantrell. Same pattern, just to the other side, Keith.
Yeah, throwing a little short down and out. We're not really throwing the ball downfield 15 or 20 yards, just trying to get the freshman quarterback some throws, get a little timing down, get used to, completing a few passes. And they're basically like a running play, like a toss pitch out in the flat.
6:37 to go, 40-0. Deshler on top. Third down, we'll call it 6 to go at our own 41-yard line. Justin Cantrell. He's got a full backfield. Norwood in motion from the wingback spot, and he's going to fake it, looking downfield, and he's got it to Floyd. Good throw and catch across the middle. Ben Floyd, the tight end, coming on the post route, and he'll catch it inside Lawrence County territory at the 44-yard line. Move the chains. Huge third down from the freshman to the sophomore, Cantrell to Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd lined up at tight end on the right side that time. Delayed just a second as we rolled out to the left, and then he just drifted across the middle. Cantrell doing a good job of finding him, throwing a good pass for about a 15-yard gain.
Keith, good to have my sister Pat up from Birmingham tonight. Her and her husband Rick make the trek up a couple hours to see the nephew play, and a good job, Jay, with a touchdown in the second half. And they'll give to Miner, big hole, Will Miner over the right side, and he's running over Red Devils inside the 30, a gain of 14 for Will Miner. It'll be 1st and 10 Deshler with 5:51 to go in the game, leading 40-0.
Yeah, Will Miner doing a good job taking the handoff, running real hard off the right tackle.
Good blocking
gain
over
of
there.
14.
Rowell
Good
and
job.
Will Davis, Stephen Abels, Taylor Gross, Rod Winston. And we'll take our final heat break of the night, and we'll take timeout as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog, back after this 60-second timeout.
Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back. Give to Miner over the left side. After the heat break at the 30, he'll take it down to the 23, a 7-yard gain for Miner over left guard. And also in the ball game now for the Tigers, Tyree Ragland, the senior. Good to see Tyree in the ball game. Talked with his dad, Keith, just yesterday. Kiefer Ritter in the ball game, just a freshman for the Tigers. Great guy, Mr. Ragland. It was good to see Tyree in there. Give to Miner over the right side. He's taking Red Devils with him inside the 20 to the 14-yard line.
Is that D. Ragland's little brother that played a few years ago? That was
sure. They were good for you, Deshler. Joe McElwain in the ball game for Deshler. He'll be at tackle. Also in there now, Maurice Reed, a sophomore for the Tigers. In there at center for Deshler, Adam Patterson, just a sophomore. He's centering the Cantrell, just the freshman quarterback now. 1st and 10 with 5 minutes to go. They'll give to Miner right, and he may have a touchdown. 5-4-3, yes. Will Miner from 15 yards out will take it in for the Deshler score. So a workout for the backup fullback, Will Miner. And boy, he's going to get better and better, Keith, and be quite a player for the Tigers.
Yeah, he is a real hard runner. I believe he had a little issue with his knee. Was it at the end of last year, the spring?
Bad pulled muscle, you know.
Yeah. Okay, and but yeah, he looks like he's fully healthy now and really running hard, and he won't go down on that first lick.
And Tigers go for 2, and I can promise you it's to protect that kicker. After that roughing the kicker call, I guarantee you Coach John Mothership not taking that chance again tonight. So Cantrell under center. He'll give to Tucker Norwood over the left side, and Norwood, yes, 2-point conversion for the Deshler Tigers. Number 35. 48-0 with 4:43. So Tucker Norwood with his first varsity points, and there'll be more to follow. I can promise you from the freshman. Good speed by Tucker Norwood. Good blocking. Quite a hole there also by that Deshler offensive front. And we'll take a timeout with your score. Deshler 48, Lawrence County nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
It's Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back to Howard Chapel Stadium, and Kiefer Ritter in there for the Tigers on the kickoff team. Also Aaron Howard, Tyree Ragland. We talked about Mr. Robinson, his dad, who we talked with last night. Cody Dobbs, Kai Cole. Also for Deshler on the kicking team, Maurice Reed, Austin Sullivan, Chandler Lewis. Good end-over-end kick, fielded and run out of bounds by Lawrence County at the 10-yard line. So maybe should have let that one go because it was going to hit out of bounds, and he cost his team 25 yards on that one. So Lawrence County will be forced to take over 1st and 10 at the 10. And Keith, let me get your thoughts on Notre Dame and Michigan, the Fighting Irish versus the Wolverines, with coaches' futures pretty much, everyone is saying, at least on the line in that ball game.
Well, Notre Dame, they came out and they played better last week, and a lot of people are talking about how good they're going to be, but I think they're basing that on their schedule, and who they've got to play. They're all predicting them to win 9 or 10 games, but it's because they don't see anybody on there that can beat them.
It's Johnson, Posey, Rod Winston in there on that defensive front, and it's Posey and Winston on a penalty play making the stop on the 1st and 10 of the fullback. 4.5 minutes to go here from Howard Chapel Stadium. Jimmy Gardner along with Keith coach Tim Valentine, and the Deshler Tigers improved to 2-0 on the season, or 2-0 in the Region 8 play. And already, Keith, beginning next week in that 4th game of the year, you'll start to hear the Brooks rumblings.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because as you sort of look through the schedule, that appears to be their next really big test. Like you said, Culver County, they'll be sitting there waiting. Rogers always plays Deshler tough, every year. But like you said, by what you read and watch on the film, the team that looks down the road to present them the biggest problem would be Brooks. I know a coach sure don't want us to be talking about that.
No, he doesn't. But when we get them at home, that would be an advantage in that ball game. 48-0, Deshler on top. Give to the fullback. It's Johnson and Winston there to stop him after a 2-yard gain. Face mask was the call on Deshler. Moved the ball out to the 25-yard line. But let me ask it this way. Which coach needs to win that game the worst?
Well, I would say Weiss does, because he's been there several years and they've been really going backwards instead of forwards. But, Rodriguez seems to, ever since he's left over there, just controversy seems to just swell around him. So, like you said, both of them are pretty, but I'd have to say Notre Dame is really needs to win it the worst.
In there at defensive end for the Deshler Tigers now. We'll have to get the name on him, number 38. But they've got Coffee complete at midfield. Aaron Howard gives chase. Nolan Coffee turning back, gets by a couple of would-be Deshler Tiger tacklers, and now a host of Tigers finally catch him at the 30-yard line. So big throw and catch. That was number 28 at defensive end, Tevin Hampton, giving the pressure, but a good release from the quarterback for Lawrence County. That is Reagan Carpenter, a sophomore, so watch for him in the upcoming years, Keith. Is good throw and catch to Coffee, and it's got it down to the Tiger 30-yard line.
Yeah, Coffee's still your starting tight end / split end, so he's still in there and playing. So, again, that's good for our guys that they're still playing against some of Lawrence County's
starters. 4-man front for Deshler. Carpenter going to throw it up again for Coffee as they want on the board, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and good coverage down there on the play by, we'll have to get a name on 24. I tell you, he looks good on the hook, whoever he is.
Tim, help us out.
See if you can get a name on 24, Tim. Out there at cornerback for Deshler with 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Tigers 48. Lawrence County nothing. Malavy Hawkins. Did you get that?
Malaby Hawkins, yes.
Malavy Hawkins, okay.
The Carpenter quarterback for Lawrence County, I'm pretty sure is Rory Carpenter's son, who was pretty much everything at Hatton back in the late 70s. I think he was all-state in all 3 sports, and he's a coach now at Lawrence County.
Well, he looks pretty good, just a sophomore. Cody Dobbs checking back in there at defensive end. He gives pressure. Dobbs has a hand on him, but Carpenter gets it away deep in the end zone for Coffey, and he's out of bounds. Just out of bounds was Coffey on the far end zone. Down there giving chase was Aaron Howard, and also for Deshler, Thomas Freeman on the coverage with Jaquay Garner helping out. Kiefer Ritter in there at the other cornerback at your Deshler defensive set with Malavie Hawkins. So second down, clock stops with 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
What you was talking about a minute ago about Michigan and Notre Dame, though, I really feel like, right or wrong, there's 2 pretty average teams trying to beat up on each other and get some national spotlights.
They'll have it tomorrow, I guarantee you. 2nd and 10. Pitch is dropped, fumbled, scramble for the football. Let's see if the Tigers, they say they have it. Hustling in there was Taylor Posey, and they'll say no. Lawrence County football thought Posey had a bear claw around it, but Lawrence County comes out with a good hustle. Taylor Posey, also Cody Dobbs in there for the Deshler Tigers. Grant Johnson, Rod Winston, that's your front four. And then you got Howard Floyd and Chandler Lewis at the linebackers. Clock ticking inside, 2 minutes to go from Howard Chapel. 48-0, Tigers on top. Not a flawless game by any stretch for Deshler. Howard comes on the blitz, and he'll have the sack of Reagan Carpenter, and he'll drop him for about a 7-8 yard loss. It'll be 4th down now for the Red Devils. 4th down back at the Tiger 27-yard line. They've got to get it inside the 8 for a first down. So, Keith, one thing we want to talk about, Parker Wright, growing as the year goes on, had a couple of miscues tonight, slight miscues, but has shown some good decision-making skills for Deshler at that quarterback spot.
Yeah, I think you can definitely see the confidence, growing each week. And Carpenter completes the pass, but he only gets down inside to the 19-yard line, so it'll be well short of the first down.
Inside a minute to go now when Deshler takes back over.
But, I think you can see his confidence growing, not only with winning the game, but just getting more comfortable in the season. I mean, as the season moves on. So I think you're just going to see him get better and better each week. And hopefully by the time we get to Brooks, we'll have our full package of exactly what we want to run, pass, run, mix. So, and I think he'll have his total confidence by then.
Lawrence County takes a timeout as they were hustling to try to get some newcomers out there defensively. But no glorious stats tonight for the Deshler Tigers offensively. Summerhill with 50 yards rushing, Gardner with 30 yards rushing, Summerhill with a 30-yard touchdown pass completion from Parker Wright, and then Gardner with a 10-yard touchdown run. But the defense was the story of the game, at least in the second half, as they took control with 14 points, and then the special teams with a Dion Blue 70-yard touchdown return on the punt. So not much doing really offensively, but a good game overall by Deshler.
Yeah, well, I think the defense dominated, and but like you said, we scored 2 defensive touchdowns, a punt return. So our offense wasn't out there a lot, and plus when they got back out there, it wasn't really like we could throw passes, post patterns down the middle of the field. We had to pretty much try to run it. So, I think he got what he wanted out of the defense, and the offense, we didn't digress or anything. We did fine offensively. We just didn't get the ball as many times.
Big, strong running game that the Tigers have developed with a good blocking up front, and then Gardner and Summerhill in there running the football as they'll give to Freeman around the left end. He'll have 9 yards, and that may be the last play of the game. Inside a minute to go, probably get one more off with the Deshler Tigers. 48-0 will most likely be your final score unless Deshler breaks one here late. But Keith, defensively, we kind of been going along here. This is a shutout.
Yeah.
And then last week, only 3 points against Central.
And 3 yards in the whole second half last week. total yards. So, yeah, I mean, the defense looks strong and really just getting stronger every week with the addition of Boston coming in there, allowing us to move some people around, also rest a few people that also
like
play
Blazer,
offense.
He got to rest defensively tonight. That makes him that much better at that guard spot, as Cantrell will kneel on it. And your final score, Deshler 48, Lawrence County nothing. We'll be back with a William Gardner post-game show after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog. Stanley Stadium in the Mid-Season Classic coming up. Joining us now, Coach John Mothershed on the William Gardner post-game show, and a lot of different folks getting in on the action, Coach John Mothershed.
Yeah, it was, Jimmy. I tell you, I was proud of the young kids going in and the way they fought. Here we go again. All right, have I got you now?
No, you good. Go ahead.
I can't hear you. Got it. How about now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. No, I was proud of our young kids getting to go in there and fight. And, Charles Jackson looked like he played well that right there toward the end at that safety, getting him some playing time in there. And, and then Aaron Howard, everybody loves Aaron Howard. He goes in there and we blitz him and he makes a big play, and whole team on the sideline screaming animal, So yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's fun when you young guys get to play in a game like that. And I tell you what, we saw some frenzy in that third quarter out of the defense. And had some guys make some big plays and really turn a pretty close ball game into a pretty one-sided affair.
48-0, the final score. And Coach, one guy that stood out to us up here is one that you've been talking about in the coaches show in a couple of weeks in a row, and that's Stephen Abels, who, as you said, you give guys opportunities, and he seemed to take advantage of one tonight.
Well, Stephen Abel is one of those players that you look back and see that the program works well. You take Stephen, who really didn't get a lot of playing time as a young player, and he really got in the weight room and worked himself hard, and probably one of the hardest workers we've got. And then he gets a chance to get some playing time, and all that hard work comes out. So very proud of Stephen and the work effort that he's done, and that's just kind of a nice tribute to some of the other kids that, they work as hard as Steve, and they'll get a chance to get in there and make some plays.
Defensively, shutout for the Deshler Tigers, and just really overwhelmed after that first opening possession where they converted on a 4th down, but pretty much after that it was all Tigers.
Right. I was very proud of our defense, really, and especially the second half. We challenged them again. We're going to try and set a name for ourselves as a second-half defensive team and really pick up the pace, and I think we've done that the last couple of weeks. And that frenzy right there in the third quarter, it was good Deshler football. We used to always talk about the frenzy and when it would hit, and it definitely hit right then. 6
different guys get on the scoreboard for the Deshler Tigers tonight.
Yeah, and the offense did a good job the first half. We're really not a big play all the time threat. We're a team that's just going to control the football and get our points, and that's what we did. Got 21 good points in that first half and playing sound defense. So. He's spreading it all around. Of course, you got Dion that everybody knows about, but, you can't just focus on him. You got other guys that can definitely make you pay.
Coach, one more question to let you get to your team.
Well, first of all, I got to, before you go into that, and I can't remember, you can tell me, who made that phenomenal catch? Oh, that was DeAnthony Summerhill.
Yeah,
I mean, what a great catch he made right there early in the game, and that just hit my mind. People going to double up on Dion, and you got a kid like DeAnthony making catches like that, and hopefully we've got some seniors that are going to step up even more and make big plays like that.
Well, I was going to, that segues me perfectly into my last question on this William Gardner post-game show. Third of the way through the year, kind of assess this football team where we're going.
Well, I think we're heading in the right direction. I think the passing game's getting a little better each week, and we're continuing to work that. And defensively, I think personnel-wise, we're finally getting kind of set on the personnel scheme that we want to do, and I think it's really helped us being able to move Ferg back to defensive end. He's just a dominant defensive end. And so I think by the third game, I think personnel-wise, we pretty much know what we got and know where everybody's going to be playing. And now all I've got to do is just really make sure that we're polishing it and getting better at it.
Coach, congratulations on going 2-0 in Region 8 play.
Thanks, Jimmy.
The William Gardner Post.